Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's July 9th, 2024. It's a beautiful morning. Going to get into the mid 80s to upper 80s today. It's overcast right now, so it's not too bad. One of the things we want to do today is harvesting the garlic. And there will be an article on our website. The website is always listed in the description down below. It's mindfullivingsanctuaries.com. Just go to articles. And there's an article on the garlic scapes and the shallot scapes, those sorts of things. So today we're going to harvest the garlic. And this is a hardneck garlic. We plant it in the fall after Halloween and before Thanksgiving. And it does pretty darn well. We grow the garlic in permanent raised beds. These beds, each one of these beds has 3 rows of garlic in it. You can see some of the garlic scapes. I didn't get them all, so there'll be some small ones. But anyways, we have drip irrigation to irrigate them. We use the weed mats just pulled up to each side to try and decrease the weed burden that we experience. And so I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the drip tape and pull the drip tape out. That'll be the first thing I do. Next thing we'll do is pull back the weed mats a bit, excuse me, so that I can use a pitchfork and gently loosen the soil around each one of the garlic plants. And I may take down some of the fence, or I just may put a bin here and then put it into Mini-Me, the small Kubota B2601 tractor. Put it in the front bucket. What we'll do what we'll do is we'll loosen the soil. We'll pull the bulbs up, pull the garlic out of the soil. I did turn off the drip tape 24 hours ago, so they haven't gotten any water overnight. And it is mulch, so the soil will be moist, so there will be soil clumped to the roots of the garlic as well. So what we want to do is clean some of the soil off here. It's fine to leave them out if they're not sitting in blazing hot sun for a day, possibly 2 days, to let them get that first drying off to get the roots somewhat free as well. Excuse me, my voice today. So then what we do is we'll bring it out to the sugar shack, and I have some hardware cloth racks that we made. They're 4 foot by 4 foot, and we stack them. I've showed it in other videos. We may show it at this time as well. And so we'll put them on there for a few weeks, 2-3 weeks or longer, until they completely, all of the green is gone and they're just dried out, and then the paper wraps on the garlic are all dried out as well. The curing is an essential part. Oh, the other thing about harvesting, when to harvest, you want to have several leaves. Each one of these green leaves here, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that represents that this clove will have 6 wraps of the white paper wrap around the bulb. So the more green leaves that are still on the garlic plant when you harvest it, the greater they're equivalent to the number of wraps, and that enhances the storage ability. So if you're going to be using it right away, you don't have to do the whole curing process. But curing it really brings out some of the flavors and making sure the nutrients are really stabilized for as long as possible. So curing really is very important, even if you're going to be making garlic powder like we do. We've got 8 dehydrators that will put some of the garlic in. So the biggest bulbs will be saved for next year for planting. A lot of the bulbs will be used, some of the bulbs will be used for everything, but Thea really enjoys doing the garlic powder. So we'll process that as well. I'll make another video again about how we process the garlic in order to make it into garlic powder. It can be pretty labor intensive if you don't know how to do it at all. So So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to harvest the garlic. So we got 2.5 beds. And then maybe tomorrow or the next day, it's time to harvest Dutch red shallots as well. So we're blessed. Our homestead has beautiful garlic. So here we go. Okay, it's almost breakfast time, so we got a few things done. I did weed the weeds for the most part that were coming up in the connection between the couple of weed mats, because we used 2 weed mats to cover in between these places. So I weeded amongst the weed mats. I also decided, well, it's time to cut all of the comfrey that was laying down from the first growth. This is the second growth. We got a couple more weeks and this will lay down. And I put those in mini-me, took them out to the compost pile, to the leaf mold pile, and they're going to get composted along with the weeds as well. Then I went ahead and pulled the weed mats back on each side for the garlic and for the shallots. I won't harvest the shallots until tomorrow. It'll be enough to take care of the garlic today, but everything's looking good so far. So it looks like we're ready, and I think I'll go ahead and get ready for breakfast, and then come out after breakfast and deal with the garlic. So here we go. We're blessed.
It's time to harvest the garlic. The summer sun is high. On our homestead, we labor under a clear blue sky. We love garlic for its taste, its benefits and might. In permanent raised beds, it grew so strong and bright. Thank God we are so blessed to grow our own food. Carefully we harvest in this peaceful mood. We'll cure and store it well. For years it will provide in this cycle of life where our hearts reside. The soil we made with love, rich and full of grace, nurtured every bulb in this sacred place. We pull them from the earth so tenderly and slow, grateful for the bounty in the golden glow. Thank God we are so blessed to grow our own food. Carefully we harvest in this peaceful mood. We'll cure and store it well. For years it will provide in this cycle of life where our hearts reside. Long stacked wide trays, the garlic cured so fine, trimmed and ready in its perfect time. The waste will feed the compost where magic will begin, building soil again in nature's endless spin. Oh, the joy we find in this harvest day, from seed to soil to table, in every humble way. With every clove we keep, the circle will extend, a testament to life, to the soil and to the land. Thank God we are so blessed to grow our own food. Carefully we harvest in this peaceful mood. We'll cure and store it well. For years it will provide in this cycle of life where our hearts reside. It's time to harvest the garlic, a gift from the earth. In every clove we see the promise of rebirth. In this homestead life we find our greatest cheer, with garlic in our hands and loved ones near.
Well, I got as much done as I think I will do today. I had planned on removing the soil from the root masses of the garlic and all, but the mulch kept the soil that was below the surface there. So this is really quite a bit of, still a lot of moisture in there, and with a lot of them. And I don't want to lose any soil from these beds. So I think what I'll do is I'll hold off until tomorrow. There's a possibility of thunderstorms tonight. It's those hot summer days in July, so we'll see. But tomorrow I think I'll close the gate back up, put Mini-Me away, and head down and back, get some work done down and back, and risk the chance of a thunderstorm and getting the soil wet again. But we'll move this, get it ready in the curing racks in the sugar shack tomorrow. I think it'll be tomorrow, depending on what happens with the weather and all. But it's a hot one. It really wore me out doing this. It used to be a piece of cake years ago, but took a bit out of me. I had to go change my clothes. I sweat so much. So anyways, that's it for today's video on the first part of harvesting the garlic, and we'll follow up with putting the brushing the soil off tomorrow, and potentially tomorrow, and getting these in their drying racks, and then we'll start tackling the shallots. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. And by all means, folks, stay safe and take good care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Bye-bye now.